Hello YouTube, this is Dazza the cameraman. Today is Wednesday the 28th of October 2015 and this is a video response to Mr. Thrive and Survive. We're looking at his video Eclipse Proves Science and NASA Wrong Part 2 of 2. Now I commented under Mr. Thrive and Survive's video about 2 weeks ago and I made this comment saying, Richard, I hear you make a lot of claims about NASA, but I don't see you providing proof of those claims. People make all sorts of claims about all sorts of things all the time, but without proof or convincing evidence, it's all just hearsay. Can you please provide proof of the claims you make, such as about the edited photo of the Earth from the Moon at 21 minutes in this video? Thank you. And to my comment, Rod1575 responded by saying, check out YouTube channel video, he names another channel, and the video title is called 25 Flat Geocentric Earth Claims That Rocked My World, Part 1 of 5. At the 4-minute and 5 mark in the video shows a NASA image put through Photoshop and it has been tampered with. Now I'll come back to that. I did say thank you Rod, I will check out tomorrow and reply back, and there were some further comments including from Mr. Thrive and Survive about videos supposedly showing bubbles from astronauts and spacewalks, and I'm going to cover that one in a separate video. I believe that the video clips that we are seeing are in fact the training videos. We know that the astronauts do train underwater for spacewalks, and I believe that in the case of these videos that are being referred to, we are actually seeing legitimate training video clips that are being misrepresented, but I need to do some more research on that to see if that is true or not, but I will come back to that. Now there were more comments, and you can pause the video here if you want to read my replies. But here we see that one day ago Mr. Thrive and Survive prompted me again and said, hello my friend, have you checked the links yet? So I did respond, and you'll see that further down here I made reference to the blue marble photos of the Earth, and there are a couple of points that were raised. One was about the weather satellite photographs that clearly have clouds that have been cloned. In other words, they've been photoshopped, and that is certainly the case, and again I intend to make a separate video about that, explaining what is going on there, but it is all to do with the fact that the weather satellite imagery is stitched together, and because of the way it's stitched together you get gaps in between the images, and they do in fact fill the gaps in with cloned clouds, but I will cover that in another video. There's some information I've been trying to track down, and I need to wait until I have that information so I can cover it off properly. But this video is dealing with the supposed faked NASA photo showing the Earth from the Moon, which according to the video that was mentioned above has been photoshopped by NASA. So this is what we're looking at primarily in this video, and I cover that again in the this comment here. So anyway, without further ado, let's go to the videos that we've been referred to, and let me see, the video that was mentioned was called 25 Flat Geo Earth Claims That Rocked My World, Part 1 of 5. Now I couldn't find the other channel name that was mentioned, but I did search for this title and came up with this clip by TigerDan925, and I then discovered that this particular video actually uses a clip from another video by Josh Peck, who was interviewing Rob Skiba via Skype, and Rob Skiba did this demonstration that we're going to see in this other video. Okay, so the clip originally came from this video by Josh Peck, as far as I can tell, called the Sharpening 073 Rob Skiba and Exposing the Flat Earth Theory. So let's have a look at the clip that was being discussed in this video, 25 Flat Geo Earth Claims That Rock My World. So this is actually a clip out of the other video. So I'm going to play this section and then we're going to come back and have a look at the claims.
Here's Rob Skiba breaking it down.
Hey, all right, do you see Photoshop?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, and if those of you who think this technical difficulty was planned and think I'm scamming you, go do it for yourself. Because you're going to find the exact same thing. I got nothing to hide here. This is live on the air, okay? I'm going to zoom in on the Earth in Photoshop. You see the Earth?
Yep.
Okay, I'm going to go to Image, Adjust, Levels, and I'm going to bring the levels over here. And I'm going to bring the levels up. Uh-oh. What is that?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, wow. Why is there a square box around the Earth allegedly taken from the scientists on the moon in Apollo 17? And people wonder why I don't trust NASA. That's why I don't trust NASA. I mean, they're always out there saying, you know, Rob, everybody's trying to show you stuff from space and you keep rejecting it. This is why I reject it. These guys are liars. I mean, anybody who has Photoshop can just go to the NASA website, download the photo, do exactly what I did, see for yourself.
Okay, so I did exactly that. I searched the image and found this image on the NASA website, and here it is. This is the same image from Apollo 17, and this was in December 1972. So let's do the same thing that Rob Skiba did, and let's just have a look. There is the moon there in the background. So I'm going to right click on the image, save the image as. I'm saving it to NASA Photo Earth from Moon. There is the file name. And let's save that image. It's downloaded there, and now I'm going to open that image in paint.net, which is very much like Photoshop, and we're going to replicate what Rob Skiba did with this image. Okay, now the first thing that Rob did was he zoomed in on the moon, okay, and then he set the levels, and that was his fatal mistake. So let's zoom in on the moon, just like he did, and then we're going to adjust the levels. Here we go, levels. Let's bring that down there so we can see the moon, and I'm going to adjust the levels up here, and sure enough we can see a box around the moon. There it is. Now, supposedly this is proof that the moon was photoshopped into this image, supposedly taken from the moon, and this is why Rob Skiba says that this is a faked image. But there is one thing that he failed to do when he did this demonstration that we're going to do now. So let me press OK on that and save that. This is what Rob failed to do. He failed to either zoom out or scroll down to the rest of the image so that we could see the effect that his adjustment of the levels had on the rest of the image. So as we can see, we've got this sort of same coloration and blockiness that we see around the moon, also around the flag. Well, hey, maybe that was photoshopped in too. And what about around the astronaut? Well, maybe he was photoshopped in too. Remember that all of this area here is the blackness of space, so we don't expect to see any detail there when there is actually nothing in the image. But let's zoom in on the lower part of the image and take a closer look at this. And you can clearly see this very square looking blockiness on the image. But it's not only on the outside of the flag, we also see it on the inside of the flag, and this is actually more apparent when we look at the astronaut. Okay, so let me just scroll it up. Here is the helmet of the astronaut. So we're not just looking at around the outside of the image, we're actually also looking at the inside of the image. Now you can try this for yourself, just as we've done here. And now, what is causing this? Well, the first thing you need to understand is that we're looking at a JPEG image. Let's go back to the image here. We can see that it's a JPEG image. And we can see that the resolution is 1041 pixels by 1042 pixels. And that works out to barely over 1 megapixel. So in fact it is a very low resolution image. Now anybody that understands anything about JPEG images will know that JPEG images are compressed, and the more you compress the image, the more blocky that they get. And they give this example here of this cat, a photo of a cat with a compression rate decreasing and hence quality increasing from left to right. So if I click on this, we can take a closer look at this image, and you can see this blockiness that we see here on the left hand side, and then the quality is increasing as we go from left to right, and so the image becomes clearer. And let's take a look at another example in this article on JPEG compression on the Wikipedia site. If we scroll down to effects of JPEG compression, sorry about the scrolling there, I know it's hard on the eyes. As you can see, there's a lot in this article explaining about JPEG compression. But here we go, effects of JPEG compression, and usually a picture is worth 1,000 words, as they say. So here is a sample image of a block. This is at the highest quality, Q equals 100, high quality, Q equals 50, and then we go through the different qualities, medium quality and low quality and lowest quality. And you can see that by the time we get down to the lowest quality, Q equals 1, then we've got extreme loss of color and detail, and the leaves are nearly unrecognizable. So let's take a closer look at that one. And not that that makes it any larger for us, but anyway, you can see this blocky sort of effect that we see in the image, and as they mentioned, the leaves are no longer recognizable as leaves. So in fact, all that we are seeing in this image here is that it is a JPEG image of very low resolution. It is just over 1 megapixel in resolution. Now if you compare that to, even the cheapest digital cameras today, probably start at least 7 megapixels. I remember when the digital cameras first came out, they were around about 3 megapixel, then they went up to about 7 megapixel. I've got a point and shoot camera which is 12 megapixel. The DSLR camera that I'm using is 18 megapixel. So by comparison, this is just 1 megapixel. So this is not a case of the moon being photoshopped into the image as being claimed by Rob Skiba. It is simply a product of a low resolution 1 megapixel image with a JPEG compression becoming clear when you adjust the levels. And you can use other examples and do the same sort of thing. So there we go. It is not proof that NASA have faked an image. Rather, it is proof that somebody who is claiming that NASA has faked an image simply does not understand JPEG compression and the effects that zooming in and adjusting the levels will have on a very low resolution image. As always, do check out my Facebook discussion page, Voices of Reason to Explain X, or VORTEX. You'll find a link in the description area. Thank you for watching.